r/ask Reddit. What is a stupid argument that people study or learn it'll keep using? Well, I did, and safe thing, and I turned out fine. Yep, that's because the people who die doing it usually don't speak up about it much. Survivorship bias. Interesting. Is this a real term? But I've always done it that way, Reddit. Ho ho ho. Happy holidays to all of you and your families. I work at an imaging center. Radiology, x-rays and such. We have multiple buildings. This lady is in mine. Accounting is in the admin building. This lady will get a fax, which is a PDF file in her network shared folder. She will print this PDF onto paper. Then she will take it to one of two places. Either she will fax it to the admin building, or she will take it to her PC and scan it in so that she can email it to someone. We have tried to make her life easier, but she refuses to change a thing. We have done it like this for years. I work in a healthcare related field and this is disturbingly familiar. The best part is when you ask this person for a screenshot of something and they print the page they're looking at, scan it, and then email it to you. Or, what we got once where they took a photo with their cell phone, emailed that photo to themselves, printed it out and faxed it to us. The one that shits me off is natural equals good healthy, and that artificial equals bad and health as if our species hasn't spent millennia creating unnatural buildings and cities for comfortable living, or developing unnatural vaccines and antibiotics to treat all the very natural diseases that have killed billions. Karen, nature is good and healthy and safe. Nature, arsenic, lava and volcanoes, fire, hurricanes, poop, maggots, corpse flour, etc. The sun doesn't even get a mention? It's my opinion and fact shall not change it. It's my opinion and fact shall not change it. Can I ask you, if you understand wind, how it works and so, what do you think about windmills? I think wind blows and shit windmills are pretty cool for photography and painting. You changed your opinion based on new information. That shows weakness and untrustworthiness. I agree. Sometimes the statement being attacked isn't even a this is absolutely guaranteed to be true but a to the best of our knowledge. The weight is different. Someone didn't lie or make a habit in the latter case because they didn't say they knew for sure. They just said based on what they know and there's always more to know. To coerce it into the other just to say hi you changed, I knew you couldn't be trusted, is dishonest. Meanwhile there's people who dig in and refuse to change, despite overwhelming new information that can be harmful. How else am I supposed to change my opinion? People who argue that are close-minded as hell. Trust, we just need to trust the people we work with. The entire reason I'm bringing this up is because Gail is a moron. Why is this being turned on me? Duckin' Gail. Okay, but the Gail at my job is an absolute treasure. I carried you for 9 months. I didn't ask you to do that. Nobody exists on purpose. Nobody belongs anywhere. Everyone is going to die. Now come watch TV. But it's Christmas to try get anything they want. For example, I'm a bar manager. Group comes in 20 minutes after service stopped trying to get a drink. Sorry, we've stopped serving but it's Christmas, you should serve us. Unfortunately you're £20 and the till isn't worth the potential loss of my personal license. Turn it on them. But it's Christmas and me and the servers need to go be with our loved ones now. They'd have to recognize service industry workers as human for that to work. If you haven't done anything wrong, you have nothing to hide. I want my lawyer. I want your lawyer too. When you're explaining to them about internet privacy they say, why should I care, I don't do anything wrong. I've heard this argument used for DNA databases too, particularly for mandated paternity tests at birth. It's not that I'm worried it's not my kid, or that I've committed a crime and I'm worried I'll be caught. It's that I absolutely don't trust any company or government to not coke it up and either accidentally link me to something or maliciously implicate me. Regarding 23andMe and such, I was always worried about my predisposition for various diseases being disclosed to insurance companies. I'm still not confident that genetic information won't someday be used to disqualify people for medical coverage. I mean, my insurance covers so little as it is. The customer is always right. People constantly misunderstand what that phrase means. It means on a grander scale, like if you have a store that stocks nothing but blue pants, But the customers are all going to the store that stocks orange pants. You should start selling orange pants even though you think they're ugly. It doesn't matter that you think blue pants are better, because the customer is always right. It has nothing to do with Karen wanting the cashier to give her a discount because she had to wait 5 minutes online. Yes, the customer is always right about sales trends. I had a guy at McDonald's once try to argue that the McChicken he wanted was 10 cents less than what I was charging because the customer is always right. No, that's not how that works. The fact that we have 3 different kinds of McChickens makes you right. The fact that you're cheap makes you an ass. Microwaving your food is bad because of the radiation. Now I can microwave my ramen in a styrofoam cup. Nah, go to block that radiation. Better use lead. Stormtroopers can't aim. It's been said for over 40 years. And it was even D.I. proven right in the same movie, right there in 1977. Multiple times in the movie it's clarified that stormtroopers missed Han Luke Leia on purpose. It's said by Vader/Tarkin, "I'm taking a big risk by letting them go." By Leia, "That was too easy." It's even shown on screen that they can shoot incredibly precise. It's there, in the first 5 minutes of the movie, while the rebels barely hit. The troopers precisely take them out. And at a later point, Obi-Wan points out that the Sandcrawler was precisely taken down disabled. Those shots, too precise for Tusken Raider. That's the work of stormtroopers. In A New Hope, yes. However, the Ewoks getting the best of them in 6 was an issue. They should have gone with a variation of Lucas's original idea of enslaved Wookiees. Keep the Ewoks for their cuteness and the scene with C-3PO as a god. But then have the Ewoks sneak in and free a bunch of enslaved Wookiees instead of the teddy bears being able to take out Palpatine's best troops with rocks and logs. In A New Hope, yes. However, the Ewoks getting the best of them in 6 was an issue. I submit for the jury. Blood is thicker than water, aka family above all else. People who need to play this card are usually shitty family members. Edit. Getting so many replies around the Blood of Covenant supposed original. I agree that it's a nicer quote, but if you Google, there's no historical evidence of that being the original. Whereas blood is thicker than water has roots in the 12th and 17th centuries. I can attest to this. The shittiest family member I have loves to say this. You can't be autistic. You're not ugly enough. I get that a lot. Just not in those words. Too many people refuse to believe that autism without the facial issues doesn't exist. Don't listen to them. Sure, you are ugly enough. Take it from me, a fellow Aspie, : Guys, we're all ugly in our own ways. That God hates gay people or some shit. No, you hate gay people. The only logical conclusion, I am God, reminds me of this particular line of logic. God is love, equals, love is blind equals, God is blind equals, Stevie Wonder is blind equals, Stevie Wonder is God equals, I am nobody equals, nobody is perfect equals, only God can be perfect equals, I am God equals, but Stevie Wonder is God equals, I am Stevie Wonder. I am blind. I don't really like kids. You were a kid once, and I'll be a corpse at some point as well. It doesn't mean that I want to spend time around dead bodies. Kids are annoying. You were a kid once. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I was ducking annoying too. Being annoying doesn't make a child bad, but it does make them unpleasant to be around. Weed isn't addictive, and it's just a plant, so it's not dangerous. I'm pro legalization, but goddamn, those are some dumb arguments. It doesn't take a genius to know that weed is addictive, especially if you smoke or know some stoner friends. And the plant argument is just plain stupid. Being a plant doesn't make something not dangerous. There's so many plants out there that can kill you, even if you wanna make it about drugs. Heroin, cocaine, and tobacco all come from plants. That's because a lot of people don't understand the difference between psychological addiction and physical addiction. Basically anything can be addicting. Any substance that change the way you feel, even more so. Your brain will start to look for that to go back to those feelings. Marijuana was so ridiculously demonized for so long that the pendulum has swung the other way for some people, and they insist that there couldn't possibly be any negative consequences whatsoever of smoking weed. An original song is always better than the cover version, because without the original you would never have the cover version. What a sham. They only played covers, after a performance by the Houston Symphony. The earth is flat because I can't see that it is round. By that logic, the moon is closer to me than New York City, because I can see the moon from my house. I think you're onto something here. Men can't be raped by women. As someone who had a girl I didn't want come into my dorm room while I was passed out drunk and try to have sex with me, I can attest to that being wrong. Me and my brother had to explain to my mom in multiple ways that having an erection exclamation point equals consent. You mean equals right? The theory of evolution is just a theory. A game theory. Thanks for watching. Vaccines cause autism. Vaccines cause adults. I'm sorry, but are you doubting Google? I looked it up and it says they do. I also raised my child the age of 2 before he died. Every single doctor is lying to you, and we should just not use modern medicine that is proven to work. I think this is an anti-vaccination mom's answer to every question about vaccines. Vaccines cause autism. Stupidest argument in existence and has been thoroughly disproved. Autism is due to genetics and possibly some poor choices by the mother during gestation. It is true that some people have bad reactions to vaccines, but they are very rare and far fewer in number than those that would die or suffer a serious complication due to illnesses such as polio, mumps, or measles. Flat Earth and the confirmation bias community, that is their evidence. Has anyone ever actually encountered a flat earther in the wild? I've encountered every manner of tinfoil hat wearing conspiracy theorist. The moon landing is fake. The earth is 6,000 years old. Planes spray chemtrails. The NFL is biased against. Insert team here. Vaccines are bad, but I've never met someone who believes that the earth is flat. Video Giammi's car use violence raised on them along with a large portion of others. We don't fling spears from our hands and scream "get over here" just to uppercut someone's body into a pit of giant nails. Joke's on you. I was raised on HOMM3 and now I'm a mythical warlord with a level 5 spellbook and several archangels, behemoths, George Soros and other archliches in my army. I don't fling spears from my hands and scream "get over here" just to uppercut someone's body into a pit of giant nails. You totally would if you could though. Admit it. If you don't make X type of art, you can't criticize it. Art is a service. If a plumber were to come to your house, get shit-faced, and break your sink, you would want a refund. No one would say "I'd like to see you do better." But if you criticize a band, some people will still say, "Well, you haven't made music, so you can't criticize it." It's utterly asinine. I also hate this argument. Like, dude, I don't need to be a Michelin-starred chef to know whether or not I enjoyed my meal, so duck right off. It's 2019, why are we still? Time keeps going, and the world never develops the way we hope it will. Stop being surprised by this. It's 2019. Get over it, edit. S. It's 2019, not for long. I had a shitty childhood and I turned out fine. If you're making your kid's childhood shitty just because of that reason, you did not turn out fine. If I get paid more, I get taxed more, so I really get paid less. Only ignorant people say this. If you explain and they don't believe, they are just dumb. Because I'm your mom, my mom. Well, I have nothing to hide, so why should I worry about privacy? Paraphrasing and quoting Snowden on the subject, it isn't about something to hide, it's about something to protect. Privacy is in fact the fountainhead of rights, from which other freedoms flow. That's who you are, he said. Privacy is baked into our language, our core concepts of government and self in every way. It's why we call it private property. Without privacy you don't have anything for yourself. When people tell him they don't fear surveillance because they have nothing to hide, Snowden says he tells them, arguing that you don't care about privacy because you have nothing to hide is like arguing that you don't care about free speech because you have nothing to say. Women can't be sexist. People of color can't be racist. Edit. I accidentally started World War III in the comments. In tabletop RPGs. Because magic from the other players absolutely infuriates me when I ask why something works the way it does. I don't make a scene, of course. But still it frustrates me. That and when an actual canon explanation is essentially because magic. Magic is supposed to be a fascinating fantasy element, not a lazy explanation for everything. Edit. I'm gonna clear up 2 things real quick. I don't expect an answer to every question. The thing about because magic that pisses me off is when it's something that you could explain, and they don't try to whatsoever. When I ask questions like that, it's only ever for the sake of my curiosity out of character. I do not turn around and use that meta knowledge for my own advantage, because that takes away part of the fun for everyone at the table. I think I've meta gamed a total of 1, maybe 2 times ever, and it was back when I was new to RPGs. That something objectively wrong is okay because it's just the way things are. If people made that the case, then they can make it otherwise. There's a website that shows all the different arguments people have about climate change not being a big deal. It lists them all and the counter arguments you can use against them. According to the website, the most used argument is that the climate has changed before. Website https://skepticalshits.com argument. PHP edit. Words. If climate change is real, why does it still get cold? Oh brother. You can't possibly understand. You haven't had kids of your own. First off, I have a college degree that says I know enough about kids to teach them. Secondly, I don't have kids. I have 25-30 of them each year. I see them 7 hours a day 5 days a week, which is probably more than some actual parents see their own kids. Thirdly, my being or not being a parent has jack all to do with the fact that I put your son in timeout and made him write an apology letter for smacking a little girl's butt and telling her to make him a sandwich. Maybe if you actually parented your child, then I wouldn't have to. Edit. For all of you saying slow down there bucko, I'm not saying I'm automatically a better parent just because I work with kids. I do understand the challenge of kids though, which is my point. Yes, they can be challenging. Yes, it can be a struggle. And yes, I do work with parents who honestly try to do right by their kids. But I have no patience for parents who excuse their lack of routine and discipline for their kids with "you don't have kids so you don't get it." I do get it. I do get how hard it is. Which is why you have to be firm with kids. Because if you're not firm when they're young, it's only going to get worse later. You have to love them. Their family. Nope. You don't even have to tolerate them if you don't want to. Global warming? LOL. Look at all that snow. LOL. Doesn't look very warm to me. Nature knows best. Bullshit. Nature knows jack shit. If there's any part of nature that either knows or understands anything at all, it is actually us. Nature doesn't know what it's doing. It simply does as it can. Like water finding its way to the ocean. We are an aspect of nature that allows it to look at itself and understand. That doesn't make us the only intelligence nature has or ever will produce. But it does mean that nature, like us, is only learning. Well, that's just my opinion. It's not an opinion. You're factually wrong. I know you are, but what am I? I'm in high school and PPL still say this. No you. My mom keeps saying I gave birth to you, but I have a response. I say I didn't consent to that in a calm tone. Max don't get viruses. I'm older than you and have more experience about life. Hence whatever I say is correct. Your experience means absolutely shit today, Karen. The world changes every day. You don't have depression. You laugh and smile. It's okay to say denigrating things about women and minorities because it's just an opinion, and we shouldn't interfere with free speech. I agree that you have a right to your free speech. You also have a right to consequences for the things you say if you're a misogynistic douchebag. Teenagers need to be invested in real world problems. Teenagers discuss politics, gun control, global warming, overpopulation, etc. LOL, you're just a dumb teenager. What do you know? That argument that if you make more money you will get all of it taxed in a higher tax bracket and come out with less money. Using the Bible or nature against LGBTQ+. Whoa, you made it to the end? You're a ducking beast. I'll cut you a deal. Smash like and subscribe for more curated content, bruh. It's free and that's a great price.